YouTube, Salina Marie here, and I am combining my 36 and 37 week update for you. I just didn't get around to doing my 36-week update last week, so I'm just going to kind of combine the two together. I will try to maybe do 2 a week because my appointments now are twice a week. So I just kind of took some notes down of the things that happened to me last week and for my doctor's appointments and stuff, and some of my test results and everything, and I'll just kind of go over those with you. So for my 36th week, it's a little tiring, and I'm tired and exhausted, and at the same time I want to do everything. I would love to be up and walk around and go places and window shop and all that fun stuff, but when I'm out for more than like 20 minutes, I'm exhausted and I just want to come home and lay down. Also, I get really swollen super fast, so that's not fun. But anyways, I kind of left you guys off last week with the preeclampsia, I think, is where I left off. So my test results came back and they were good. So I do not qualify for preeclampsia. My blood work came back as negative, and I did the 24-hour urine sample, which is just, ugh. Anyways, thank God I don't have to do that again. But I did that. I collected my urine for 24 hours and then dropped it off at a lab. And so they check for how much protein is in your urine. I guess if you're spilling protein into your urine, then that gets to dangerous territory. And I had a little bit of protein in there, but not enough to classify me as preeclampsia. So that was very relieving to me, and it gave me like a breath of fresh air because I'm just like, I don't have to rush everything right now. And like, she would have been born like next week, basically. No, she would have been born this week. They would have like bumped me up 2 weeks early, so thank God I get to just kind of relax a little bit longer and get my last minute things together and taken care of. So, like I said, I'm doing 2 doctor's appointments now, twice a week. I go on Tuesdays and Fridays. So, Tuesdays when I found out all that stuff, we did an ultrasound, NST, everything was good. So then I come back on Friday, and the first thing, my first appointment of the day is an ultrasound. And that was always exciting. I love to see my baby. But the very first thing I saw when she placed her little, thing on the top of my belly was Sophia's head. And I was just like, oh crap. Please tell me that's not her head. And she's like, yeah, it is. So over the course from Tuesday to Friday, Sophia had completely turned around. She's been head down for the longest time. And she completely turned and she was breech. And I was just like, really? I just felt really disappointed because I was like, oh my God, what if she doesn't turn back around? I'm going to have to have a C-section. And I know I was reading, and it's possible to deliver a baby vaginally who's breech, but I mean, considering that I'm high risk and everything, I just don't think they would even give me the option, and they probably would just want to do a C-section. So she was breech, and I was just like, oh God. So that was a little nerve-wracking. And now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I totally felt her turn. Like, the night of, I was at my parents' house and everybody was feeling her move and kick, and she was squirming a lot. But I think when I went home and I was laying down to go to sleep, I felt a lot of like rapid movement, and it was like side to side movement on the sides of my bellies instead of like kind of in her normal place, and it was a lot of squirming. So that could have been her turning at that point, and then the next day is like when I had the ultrasound. So I'm pretty sure that's when it happened. Now, she's a small baby, She is just around like 5 pounds 15 ounces the last time that they checked her weight and measurements, and she's still got a lot of good fluid in there. So I mean, the chance of her turning like that, I guess, is just gonna happen. So then I had a cervical check, which is not very fun. The first one was not very fun at all. It was actually pretty painful. The area is just untouched and so tight, and I just was uncomfortable laying there. But the doctor said that my cervix was very tightly closed and that Sophia's head was laying low, and that was on Tuesday. On Friday, I didn't get to see my doctor, so I didn't get another cervical check, but that was the last update from that week. So then after that, I went home, and I was just kind of bummed again because, Sophia was breech, and I was just like, oh, God. And so I had seen my nurse practitioner that Friday, and I had asked her, I was like, what are the odds of the baby turning back? And she's just like, nope, it's not going to happen. She's going to stay there. By this time, babies don't turn around, da da da. And in my heart of hearts, when she said that, I was just like, no. I was like, she's probably going to turn. Like, I just couldn't accept the fact that she was just telling me that it's not going to happen. Like, don't even think about it. Your baby's not going to turn. It's a done deal. And I was just like, no. No. So I went home. I prayed a lot. I prayed every day. I was like, God, please turn this baby around. And I want to say, like, the next night when I was laying down, so I lay on my left side first, and I started to feel her do that same movement. And she just was rapidly moving back and forth. And so what I did was I just kind of rolled over to my back to give her enough room to turn if she wanted to. Because I feel like if I'm just staying on my left side and I'm kind of like pushing her against the edge of the bed or, against the bed, I might, make her stuck or whatever. So I laid on my back and I let her move and turn, and lo and behold, by Tuesday, the beginning of my 32nd week, or 37th, sorry, Sophie had turned back, head down. So I was very happy and relieved, and I was just like, oh, thank God, because the night before the ultrasound, I was feeling her hiccups, and I felt them back low again, and I was like, oh, I don't know if this is true, or maybe she turned, I don't know, but she did turn. She's not sitting as far down, like in my birth canal, or not the birth canal, but, like my pelvis, I guess. She's not sitting as low as she was the previous week. And the doctor said it's probably just, because she just turned around. So I had gotten another cervical check, and she said that I'm still tightly closed and that the baby's head wasn't as far down. The baby's head was a little bit higher. So that's kind of like where I left off with that. Let's see if I left out any details from that week. Oh, yeah. So now that I am in my 37th week, I am considered full term. So the baby can come at any point, and she's welcome to come at any point, and she's healthy enough to survive the outside world, and there's not really going to be any like problems or anything like that. She had advised me to have sex twice a week from now to the 39th week, because that's when I'll be induced. And in my head, I was just like, no, that's probably not going to happen, because as much as those cervical checks hurt with just her one finger, I can't imagine doing anything else. And my husband also refuses to do anything with me because he just, I guess, freaks him out that Sophia is just like right there. So I don't blame him, and I'm not going to force him, but I am pretty adamant about like trying to naturally induce my labor and contractions and stuff before they induce me at the hospital, because I really don't want to be induced, but if I can speed up the process a little bit, I feel like it might give me more of a success rate being on Pitocin at the hospital, because I just hear all these bad things that most inductions end in C-section because they either take too long, the baby gets stressed, and so then they have to take her out. So I want to try to avoid that and like maybe get a little bit, if not halfway there, before I go to the hospital. So what my plans are, um, I've kind of like got a couple safe options for me. What are safe options? Um, I don't want to try anything crazy. I've read a lot of really awful things about like women taking castor oil, which is just bad. Um, and eating pineapple, which is good, but I read that you have to eat like 7 whole pineapples to actually feel anything from that. And basically, what a lot of these inductions or natural induction things are is basically like stimulating your bowels, and that is supposed to help to also stimulate like contractions or something. I don't know about all that. So what I do plan on doing is eating a lot of spicy food, and I have a exercise ball that my mom has, so I plan on, I've been sitting on that with my legs as wide open as I can, and I just kind of like softly bounce and like go in circles and everything. And with that, like I don't think that that's going to put me into labor, but what I'm hoping is that it just like helps to drop Sophia down a little bit more, since I can't really like get up and walk around and walk 4 miles or anything because my blood pressure is high when I'm up and doing things, but the minute that I lay down, it goes right back down to normal. So I just kind of like bounce around on the medicine ball. Lastly, this is kind of awkward, but I've read a lot about nipple stimulation. Basically, it's just kind of you go into a pattern of 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off, change sides, and you just kind of, I guess, do a rolling motion of your nipples, and that kind of, I guess, is supposed to mimic like your baby nursing. And if you read about nursing or anything like that, or if you have breastfed before, after you have a baby, that it contracts your uterus when you're breastfeeding. So after you have your baby and you're nursing, you'll get those like tightness and like maybe small contractions, and that is supposed to help to stimulate your uterus to go back to its normal size, and also help with like stopping the bleeding and basically your body healing itself. So prior to baby being born, the nipple stimulation is going to stimulate those contractions, and I've read success stories and then non-success stories about it. Basically, when it fails is when your body's just not ready to have the baby. So you can do it and do it, and you'll get contractions, but I guess the moment that you stop, the contractions stop as well. But if your body is ready to have the baby and you're doing the exercises the way that they should be done, you could very well put yourself into labor. I've read that women's water broken, and I don't know. It makes me nervous because they also say that it could cause really painful and strong contractions. I don't know if I'm ready for all that, but I'll try to like take it easy, and I'm just really nervous altogether about it. So I plan on doing that maybe possibly this weekend. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking about also trying it next week, but it would have to be on the weekend because my husband's home from work on the weekends, and during the week he works overnight shifts. So if I do that and anything happens overnight, like he's not going to be here. Or if I'm freaking out because these contractions hurt like hell, he's not going to be here to comfort me. So, and then my in-laws are coming this weekend, so it's a little awkward, and I don't know. I don't know that I want to try it out and see what happens, but yeah, anyways, if I waited until next weekend, which I very well could, that'll be right at Yeah, it'll be right at the end of my 38th week, and by 39 I'm getting induced anyway, so who knows? Maybe I'll wait until then and I don't know, maybe I'll just chicken out in general. Well, anyways, aside from that, I haven't had any other crazy like symptoms or new things happen like that. I'm trying to not eat so crappy. I have let myself go within this last month because I'm just like exhausted and everything either doesn't sound good or I'm too tired to cook healthy meals for myself, so I go ahead and eat McDonald's and it's just all bad. Um, but yeah, I have been craving fruit though, which is good, but also hot Cheetos. And it doesn't help that Vons had like a buy one get one free on the big bag, so that sucks. But I still have been only weighing in at 153 every day, so I've still only gained about 34 pounds, um, which is good, and I hope that I stop there. And I just, yeah, don't want to get any more. So I'm going to show you guys my belly. I don't know if it looks any bigger from the last time I saw it. This is my shirt. This is my insulin pump. But this is Sophia from the side. And still I have no stretch marks, which is awesome. So this is my big girl from the side. And then this is her. Currently, the way that she is like positioned is she's head down. Her body and her back are like right here, and like her butt is right up here. And then her legs are like curved around this way. So I constantly feel her little feet on this side, and she'll just roll them all over the place over here, which is a crazy feeling, and sometimes it's really uncomfortable, but yeah. I've noticed this for a long time, that maybe like mid-pregnancy or so. I mean, I don't know what this is, but it just sticks out on the side, and I'm assuming that's like, I don't know, the uterus, the placenta, I don't know what it is, but like when I lay down too, it just bulges out right here. So whatever that is, maybe that's why they say girls make you wide, and like I guess if I was having a boy, I would just be like all belly. But anyways, that's her. I have my dark line, that's about it. My belly button is still completely flat. It didn't pop out or anything, which is good, I guess. So that is about it. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. So hopefully I will try to do another update either this weekend or hopefully Friday, because that'll be my second appointment. And then if anything else happens or changes, I'll let you know. So thank you guys for watching. See ya. Bye.